All right, you guys, so I have some pretty exciting news. We finally did go ahead and execute our first options trade with the SPY ETF. This is just the beginning of running the SPY wheel. I've been talking about it. I've been thinking about it. I've been asking you guys for your input, and I decided I'm pulling the trigger on it. So we did go ahead and sell a put on the SPY ETF. The first strike price that I settled on was $310, and that's pretty far away from the current price of $314.16. It was about a 90% chance profit on the probability, and I just felt like for my first one, I wanted to go pretty far away from the actual share price because of the risk involved, of course. I was able to earn a $30 premium from doing so that's pretty good for one day of holding this, considering that this expires tomorrow at the close. So this is super exciting. I've been going through back and forth and deciding if I want to start this or if I want to maybe buy a bunch of Apple or Microsoft. But I'm super happy to say that I decided to go for it, and this is just the start of hopefully a lot of profits every single week from the premium from the SPY. Now, when it comes to running the SPY wheel, if you guys aren't really familiar, it's basically just selling puts, and then of course if you could assign the shares, selling calls, and then of course going back to selling puts. It's sort of more or less juggling option contracts with the SPY ETF, and of course earning that nice juicy premium along the way, while of course profiting from the cost basis of the actual stock price itself, the actual strike price itself. For example, my strike price for the contract that expires tomorrow was $310. So if the SPY does go down and close below $310, I will likely be exercised, and I will likely have to buy, of course, 100 shares of the SPY. And then, of course, if the SPY goes down further and further and further, I would then own 100 shares at $310, with the SPY being much less as far as market value. So then, of course, I would be at a net loss theoretically if I wasn't looking to keep holding on to the SPY and keep selling covered calls and just basically running the wheel. It's sort of confusing at first, so once you look over it a few times, it's not that confusing at all. I made an entire video about running the SPY, and I go into depth on what it is and how it works. So if you guys want to check out that video, just go into my channel and go to my playlist, and I have an entire section for option trading, so make sure to check that out if you guys are just beginners or if you guys don't really know what I'm talking about. Now, the reason I finally decided to start running the SPY wheel was because I went back and forth on whether I wanted to buy 100 shares of Microsoft, 100 shares of Apple, if I wanted to split that down the middle and buy 50 and 50 of each, or if I wanted to start running the SPY wheel by trading options. The reason I had to choose one of these is because I recently had a different investment mature in full value, and I was able to acquire some money from a different investment outside of this stock portfolio, completely different. And I had some extra money that I wanted to put in this stock portfolio. It's going to be my final deposit with this portfolio because I am now over $220,000, which is pretty much my goal for my first year of investing. I wanted to deposit around $200,000 to $225,000, maybe a little bit more or less throughout my first year of investing, and we hit that goal. So now it will be done depositing in this portfolio, and I will just be using the money earned from all the dividends to keep investing into more stocks, etc. After thinking long and hard about my decision and figuring out what I want to do, what I want to buy with this extra money that I had being deposited into the portfolio, I knew I wanted to do something big with it, and you guys gave me some great insight. One of you guys actually proposed that I run the SPY wheel every few days because, of course, what's awesome about the SPY ETF is that there's expiration dates every few days, so you don't have to wait an entire week or an entire month like certain stocks to have the option contract expire. There's a lot more movement in this, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's a lot more opportunity to make more money. So I figured I would do this, and then with all the premium that I do earn, which is pretty much just free profit, I'm going to be spending that money on half Apple stock and half Microsoft stock, just right down the middle. I'm going to keep track of the whole thing, and I think that is a perfect idea because that really crosses off everything that I wanted out of this. So the way I'll be tracking the SPY wheel is that every single time I make a trade, I am going to be recording it on here. I'm going to keep track of the date. I'm going to keep track of obviously the symbol, the expiration date, the strike price that we're at, the premium that we collected, the number of contracts, and then whether it's a call or a put. So obviously the first part of the SPY wheel, we are going to have to sell puts. And then of course, when and if that does get exercised, then we'll have to go on the other side of it, and then we'll have to sell covered calls and wait for that to get exercised. And then once that gets exercised, we'll have the money back, and then we can sell more puts, and then back and forth and back and forth. And again, the idea here is that you never lose overall money on either the collateral of money or, of course, the collateral of the stock that you are forced to purchase, but you just continuously make money off the premium while you are juggling that back and forth. So it is risky. There is some risk involved into it, but the SPY ETF is really high quality, and it's full of high quality stocks. So it's really not all that risky in my opinion, of course, but let's give this a go. Let's collect all the premium, and then let's constantly just buy half Microsoft, half Apple stock. And then hopefully over a short period of time, we can build up a lot of premium to hopefully build up some nice size positions in my portfolio off the Apple and Microsoft stocks. No, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is pretty nerve-wracking at first. If you guys have ever traded a contract this big, I mean, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but to actually trade $31,000 in a single trade, that was pretty crazy, honestly. And it has to be one of the biggest trades I've made ever on this portfolio by far, but I am really excited to see what happens here. If the SPY ETF doesn't go down to $310 or below by tomorrow, we'll get to, of course, just keep our collateral and then sell another put. So that'd be pretty cool because, I mean, that's literally just like free money from out of nowhere. So we'll have to take that money then and then buy half Apple and half Microsoft. Let me know what you guys think about my plan down below. And if you want to tweak anything, I'm always open to your guys' criticism. You guys pretty much helped me make this plan, so I really appreciate that. But I really want to add some Microsoft and Apple into my portfolio. And I feel like this is the perfect way, a creative way to do so. And especially if we can just earn some free premium off the money, I mean, that'd be an absolutely awesome way to do so, because then it's really like adding Apple and Microsoft to my portfolio kind of for free. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on every single move that I make with this. We'll have to really watch the SPY very, very closely now because we do have a lot of skin in the game. It's pretty cool to be playing in the big leagues now. I mean, I've been wanting to run the SPY wheel for a while now, but I really didn't understand exactly how it all worked. I feel like I have my grips on it, and I'm really excited to hopefully make some great premium off the SPY and hopefully make some extra money to buy some Apple and Microsoft. But that is going to do it for today's video, guys. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you guys are as excited as I am about this, make sure to drop a like on the video if you guys did like the video. Also, make sure to leave any comments down below. Give me any sort of insight or criticism or anything that you guys think that I'm doing right, doing wrong. We're all a team here, so definitely leave anything down below that could help me. Also, you guys, make sure to subscribe to follow along with this. This is super exciting. Like I said, we are in the big leagues now. We are playing with some serious money here. This is going to be a lot of fun to see what happens. And either way, whether it goes good, whether it goes bad, I think I'm going to learn a lot. I think you guys can learn a lot through me. So I really am excited to see what happens here. Again, you guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.